Go spend a day with Andrew Tate. Go spend a day with Patrick Bet-David. Go spend a day with Yaman Gaji. I promise you they're not like... A long time ago, I was at a real estate mastermind and I got to sit down with a guy who does like around $1 million a month. And I asked him like, what has been like one of the biggest things that has separated you from all the other agents? And he looked at me and he said, Stefan, Alrighty, so first things first is I want to say that I'm making a bit of a shift in this YouTube channel. My goal from now on out is to purely just document my process and share lessons I've learned along the way in hopes that you can avoid all the mistakes that I've made, because, you know, smart people learn from their mistakes, intelligent and genius people learn from the mistakes of others so they never have to make mistakes of their own. And my goal is to share all my mistakes with you so you don't have to make the same mistakes. And so with that being said, today, I want to break down what makes the 1% the 1%. What separates the winners from the losers? What makes people do well? What makes people not do well in the realm of entrepreneurship, and specifically the SMMA space that I'm personally in, as I've coached and consulted over 400 different founders and CEOs of different companies. And be able to connect and network with a lot of other individuals. And I've learned a lot about what separates people who do well from those who don't. And while we could argue there is a plethora of reasons, there's a whole rainbow of different options, whether that boils down to genetics or predisposed ways people think, etc. I'm going to boil it down to the two main things that I've seen held consistent across the globe, across different niches, industries, people, genders, you name it, right? The two main things that truly separate the winners from the losers. And number one, like one of the first things that instantly springs to mind and that I'll talk about is speed. Okay, because truthfully, speed and speed across all realms, right? Speed of action, speed of decision making, speed of thinking, speed of hiring, speed of firing, speed across all realms is one of the biggest difference makers between those who make it and those don't. Is the speed of which they act, the speed of which they think, the speed of which they operate at and do. And so it's been very prevalent and very evident to me that the people who operate with speed and who really attack the game with just relentless speed always win and always come ahead, because they just do so much more. They just do an incredible amount more work at such a quicker rate than anybody else that they're destined to succeed so long as they just keep going. And so one of the best things that really shot out to me is when I was consulting and coaching a lot of people who were all sending cold DMs at the time. It was very evident that there was guys who would send like 10 DMs a day and other guys who would send like 300 DMs a day. And you could tell that the guy who sent 300 DMs a day, not only did he get results quicker, but he also learned quicker. And a long time ago, I was at a real estate mastermind with a few 7, 8, and even 9-figure agents. And I got to sit down with a bunch of them at dinner. And I got to sit down with a guy who does like around $1 million a month. And I asked him like, what has been like one of the biggest things that has separated you from all the other agents who are trying to be like you and who are still making it new? And he looked at me and he said, Stefan, I just fail quickly. And I'm like, elaborate. I don't get it. What do you mean you fail quickly? He said, you see, the difference between the winners and the losers is that the winners can fail quickly. Whether you're a winner or a loser, you will fail. But the difference between winners or losers is that winners fail quick so they can learn faster, so they can win even faster. That's the difference, is they'll fail quick. They'll do something and they'll do it to such an extreme amount that they can get the data, they can get the conclusion they need just like that, and then take that information and go apply it and make a decision with it. Right? Let's say, for example, if you needed to send or contact 1,000 different prospects to come to a conclusion as to whether your script is good or not. If you send 100 DMs a day, it would take you 10 days. But if you send 1,000 DMs a day, it would take you 1 day to get the same answer. And so by just doing a lot more work, you get your results, your outcomes quicker, simply because you just acted with speed, you acted faster. And then with that information, making a decision quickly, right? Because you have the information, and then going on from there. People who win operate with speed. They don't sit around, they don't wait, they don't kind of, lollygag. No. They operate with speed, and they just move quicker than anybody else. This is why networking and coaching and mastermind and consulting and mentorship and even just like in-person events is such a steal for how much money you pay. And it's because not only do you get the information and the insights and you get to learn why they failed and not make those mistakes. Most of the time when you buy coaching and consulting, yes, you buy advice, but more than anything, you just buy mistakes that you won't make now. Because now that you have somebody guiding you, they'll take you throughout the path where you don't know where to go, but since they've been down the path before, they know where to weave in and out. And so you might not have known that if you went to the, let's say if you had to go right or left, you might not have known that if you went to the right, you'd fall off a cliff, but you're not going to the left. You won't know that the right would have led you that way, but because the guy has fallen off the cliff before, he's leading you to the left. The point is, a lot of times when you get mentorship, etc., it's not so much that you get things from them, it's the things that you can't see that they're not giving you that's helping you. Let me rephrase this. The most valuable thing you can get from getting people to coach you, etc., is not necessarily their insights, like the things they tangibly give you, but it's the things that they help you avoid, right? Because instead of making the same mistakes they did, they just go, hey, this is all the stuff I learned, these are the mistakes I made, we're just not going to do this. And then you just don't make those mistakes. So you expedite everything. And on top of that, you can see how they operate, which is why if you ever have the chance to spend a couple days with a successful entrepreneur of any sort, you'll probably see, if you get the chance to, that the way they live their life is so different when they're working, right? Not when they're having fun. When they're working is so different than most people. It's fascinating. I had the chance to spend a couple of days with a 7-figure entrepreneur, and it was incredible, and a wake-up call for me to see at the level of speed at which he operated at. It was just go 24/7 nonstop. Right? Go to get food. It wasn't thinking where we're getting food. It's let's go. Like every decision was boom, 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 boom. Just go. Acting with speed. And it's one of the differentiators I've seen time and time again that's held constant across multiple different industries, multiple different people, that having speed kills everything else, right? Volume negates luck. And so the quicker and faster you can do things, the better you will be. Now, there's a ton. Right? There are so many little things, right? Like obviously expanding your time horizon and not quitting and seeing the long-term vision and thinking long-term, right? There's just so many things. But the second one, which goes hand in hand with speed, is action. Simply put, action. Right? There's winners and losers. Losers think about, what would happen? Whereas winners make it happen, draw the conclusions from the experiences that they faced, and then go from there. And so the primary difference was that the winners just did. They just acted. They had a new product in mind. They just went and sold. Without even having the product, they just went and sold to see if it was even good. One of the mistakes, one of my downfalls that I always made when I was first starting out is I would have an idea and I would try and build out the idea and do this and do that and slowly trying to do this and then hopefully try and make a good product, instead of just going out there selling it, taking action, seeing if the people wanted what I had to offer, and then go from there. See, a lot of times we get caught up in trying to learn more, right? Always trying to learn more. I was watching a video from Sam Ovens the other day, and he says he doesn't like to necessarily learn. Now, let me put a comma here. He said he doesn't want to learn unless he has to, because there's only so much your brain, like the capacity of your brain can handle, right? There's only so much information you can store. And so he says he doesn't want to bring on excess things that don't provide him an additional incremental unit of outcomes, right? So he doesn't want to bring on more things into his brain if it doesn't provide more outcomes. So what he said is, if he has to learn, then he'll learn. So only if he has a problem, he'll try and learn. However, he said lately, while building Skool, right, Sam Ovens, founder of Skool and consulting.com, he says that what he's been trying to do is when he faces a problem, instead of trying to search it up, he tries to just do what he thinks is best to learn. Crazy. That his form of learning is just taking action. And he's one of the most genius and successful entrepreneurs of our time. And so we could sit here all day and talk about the differences, right, between winners and losers and what separates them and how can you become a winner, right? And you can read the book, The Winner Effect, and see that if you're surrounded in an environment and increase your testosterone and have a bunch of little mini wins, and then you can. And maybe I'll make another one of these in a little bit from now, a few months, and I'll have a different answer. But what I've seen time and time again, and even myself personally, two of the biggest variables that allow me to go from being a loser to a winner, right, has just been acting with speed. Just moving quicker. It's incredible how fast the top people move. Like, they just move like this. Right? Go spend a day with Andrew Tate. Go spend a day with Patrick Bet-David, right? Go spend a day with Yaman Gaji. I promise you they're not like, la-dee-da, no. It's go, 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 right? 24/7, 365, always moving. Because at the end of the day, the world doesn't stop for you, so why should you stop for the world? You shouldn't. You should keep on moving every single day, regardless of any external factor, even emotions. You have to keep moving. And you have to keep taking action and doing it with speed. Because that's what will get you the results and the outcomes that you are wanting. Okay? That is the lesson that I learned. Is what truly separates the winners from the losers. And it might be cliche, it might be something you've heard time and time and time again, but that's because history repeats itself. Right? History repeats itself. And you can try and innovate and come up with new ways, but truth be told, why not just do what's already working and learn from that? And so I know that me personally, when I really was able to digest this concept, I was like, I just need to operate quicker. I thought I was moving quickly, and I still think I am, but I'm not. I need to move quicker and quicker, which is why I encourage you to push yourself and get into a new environment with different people that can just push you and challenge your beliefs, right? And really just move you up to the next level where you can just become a better version of who you are. Because the top people, they operate differently, right? Now, granted, they're still people, and they very much are the same as you. But the way that they operate and function, fundamentally, is just incredibly more than anyone else. And that is why they are where they are at. It's as simple as that. Simple as that. So that has been a very profound lesson I've learned that's had a huge impact on my life, and it has allowed me as a byproduct to become more successful because I understand this to a higher degree. So hope that you can take this information and save yourself a bunch of failures, okay? Because if I had known this a long time ago, I would have saved myself a bunch of lessons. If you have any questions about this, comment them down below. I reply to every single person. And I hope that you brother, you watching this video, have an amazing rest of your day and make it to the top. Because I know you can. And just because it's difficult doesn't mean you should give up. Because the reason it's difficult is exactly why you should keep going. Because that's exactly what makes it worth doing. So don't give up, brother. You got it. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.